Ayo, what's up, you guys? I'm gonna get these guys in the frame. How do I? Yes. Okay. I need to push this out real quick because I'm having these guys as my background, and because I'm talking, like it has something to do with them. I'm gonna need you a bit more closer here. Okay, we'll just put you right here alongside Hawkeye. There, that finally works. Okay, so this is the part of San Diego and if you see me go like this again, is I have an ear infection. I put ear drops in there. So we're gonna talk about Comic Con. We're gonna talk about two things. The one thing is gonna be really quick because I already kind of talked about it before, but I want to talk about it again just because. And then I'm gonna talk about all the Marvel movies and shows that were announced. So, start off with the first thing, and that is the DC Essentials. So, the DC Essentials line is canceling, but before they cancel, they're releasing one more wave and a standalone figure as well. The standalone figure I've already talked about many times. It comes out November 27th, and I'm for sure going to get that, and that is the Red Hood figure. I can't wait to get him. I really hope. He looks really awesome. I've seen pictures of him in the box. Looks awesome. Then the wave of figures that is there is like a blue and gray Batman. Now I don't know what you call that one. I know like with different suits he's like called different names. Uh, but I guess you could say that's almost like a classic or a cartoon version because I when I see Batman in cartoons a lot of times it's the blue and gray. But then there's a classic Catwoman. Apparently her classic suit was purple or pinkish. So there's a classic Catwoman. And then there is Green Lantern, which is like I'm most excited for him out of this wave. I don't know, it's just, I really like, oh, nice. Sorry. Again, reason why I have like my head crooked, because I have eardrops. And it takes forever to go down, and sometimes they come out. A little bit comes out, so I need to make sure that stays in there. So, he's the most. And I don't know what accessories they're gonna give him. I know like he's Green Lantern, but he needs to come with like some sort of like hologram, like sword or machine gun, you know. Then there's a Sinestro, which is like my second look forward to figure in this wave, because I get a villain and he's a Green Lantern villain. So that's all for the DC Essentials. DC Essentials Batgirl will be up tomorrow because I'll get her tomorrow. And what I might do is that when I review it, I might just open her up from the box and then open up her, whatever. Come on. Give me 1 second. You guys won't see the difference, but. So that's all for DC Essentials. Now, the reason why Thor is here is because we're going to talk about the movies. So we're going to go with the movies that I don't know too much about first, and that is the Fantastic Four movie, which is like in post-production. So that's cool. I want to know what they're going to cast, who they're going to cast for like all these different people, because that would be really cool, you know. And then they're doing Blade, which is like kind of one of my I'm most excited for, is because Blade is like a really cool character. I've always liked him, and I think he's gonna look awesome on screen and with all the other heroes eventually, you know. And then there's the Black Widow movie. Now, yeah, I actually know a bit about this one. I know like Taskmaster's supposed to be the villain and stuff like that. I don't remember if it's supposed to be about Black Widow's past or if it's actually supposed to be like, because I've heard like two different things. It's supposed to be like between like looking in her past and then like what she was doing during between Civil War and Infinity War. So I don't know. I know like Red Guardian's supposed to be in it and stuff like that. So that would be cool. Because Red Guardian's kind of like a Soviet Captain America. So. And then there's Thor Love and Thunder. So Thor 4 is officially confirmed, and he will still be a part of it. Now people are like, so well actually let me get into the reason why people are kind of like irritated or whatnot. Partly because they haven't read the comics, but so apparently in this movie, Thor, like Chris Hemsworth, like the actual Thor, will be there. He will be in the movie. He'll still be Thor himself, and we'll still have Stormbreaker and all that. But somehow, Jane Foster is going to become Thor. Now, if you don't know, Jane Foster did become Thor in the comics. The reason why is because she was like kind of like a secretary for Midgard or whatever, a representative of Midgard for the Nine Realms, and well, she had cancer, and so Mjolnir was left on the moon because Thor was banished again, and well, somehow it came to her, and it keeps her alive. So I want to know how they're going to do that, because Mjolnir is destroyed, and then it came back in an Endgame, but then it was returned back to its timeline. So maybe they'll make like another Mjolnir or something. I don't know. I think it's gonna be cool because I like the Jane Foster Thor. I mean, I'm always gonna love the main Thor, but Jane Foster Thor is gonna be cool, you know. And then I'm gonna talk, and then I'm gonna go through the rest of the movies before I get to the shows, because there's one show I won't talk about because I've already talked about it a lot. But so the next movie is Doctor Strange Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, supposedly, like, I can't remember his name, but it's something to do with Nightmare, because there's a Nightmare realm, or Nightmare universe, and Doctor Strange fights him a lot. So there's going to be a multiverse, which a lot of people are going to be like, ooh, you might get a Spider-Verse. I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon, because, like, they have to develop, like, other Spider-Men. And they're going to have to get, like, actors and actresses, you know, stuff like that. If they ever do a movie like that, it's going to be huge. And that's going to be interesting. I really like the first Doctor Strange, so I think it's really interesting for the second Doctor Strange. And then probably, again, one of my favorites on this list is Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Now, if you don't know who Shang-Chi is, he's kind of like a street hero. He fights like criminals on the streets and stuff like that. If you were to compare him to anyone, it would probably be Iron Fist. But one, he's the first Asian role in the MCU. That's going to be awesome. I mean, well, lead role, not first Asian role, but first Asian lead role, because we already have an Asian role, and that's Mantis. So, and so he's like a kung fu master and stuff like that. And coincidentally enough, in the new Spider-Man wave, we're getting a Shang-Chi. So, and then so the Legend of the Ten Rings. If you don't remember from Iron Man 3, there's the Ten Rings and there's the Mandarin. Apparently, that's not the real Mandarin, and he's gonna fight the real Mandarin in this movie. So that's gonna be cool. And then the final movie, probably everybody knows this movie by now. It's out there, and I don't know much about these people, but I know, like, apparently they're like another super team, and they are the Eternals. So they're like, so the Celestials who made Earth. So apparently Earth is very special in the Marvel universe. Ow. This is on the table, so I just kicked that hurt. Eternals are supposed to be like the protectors of Earth, so that's gonna be interesting because like they're supposed to like and they're like kind of like immortal kind of, kind of like Thor, where like he can die, but if he doesn't get like stabbed or anything, he can like live for like a really 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 long time. And they're supposed to like to protect Earth. So apparently there's something really special with Earth. I don't know a whole lot about these characters other than that. And I know like some big actors and actresses are going to play them. Like, for example, Angelina Jolie is supposed to play a certain character that I forget the name of. And then we'll get into the show. So we won't talk about the Winter Soldier and Falcon show because I talked about that way too much. Although I will say Zemo is going to come back, and so is Sharon Carter, Agent 13. So that's supposed to be gone. And then the show that everybody was like wondering about, Hawkeye, is actually going to be the thing. So what kind of like irritated me was actually, so there was people that were talking about the Phase 4 lineup, and they were like, oh, so is this hot, like, is this going to be him, like, becoming Ronin or something like that? No. This is after Endgame. He's training his daughter to become the next Hawkeye. Because they showed, like, a little intro into it, and there was a brief moment where you saw a female that looked like the female Hawkeye in the comics, and she was holding the bow and everything. So that's gonna be cool. So we will still have a Hawkeye, but it'll be different. And then there's the Loki show, which was also kind of like unsure of, but also kind of sure of. So I don't know much about this show. And then there's WandaVision. I want to bring this up. So when I first heard about the WandaVision show, I was like, okay, what is this going to be about? Is it going to be like before Vision died? Is it going to be like between Civil War and Infinity War? Apparently, it's after Endgame. So that means Vision is coming back, which I think is really cool. I mean, he is a robot. They could literally just rebuild him or like take him to Wakanda and just be like, fix him, you know. But so that's interesting. And then I forgot to write this down, but there is a What If series, which is, and the same people thought it was a movie. It's not a movie. It's an animated series about like, because back in the day there used to be like a huge series called What If, and it was like, what if Captain America wasn't Captain America? What if, or if it was like, you know, if it would be like, what if Hawkeye was in World War II? I don't know if that was an actual thing, but like I'm just trying to sum it up. You know, it's just like what ifs that like you can either think of or not think of. You know, what if Thanos was a good guy? You know, stuff like that. Or what if Thanos won, which is just creeps me out. It scares me. And so yeah, there's that. I think I covered that all. Let me know if I missed any. I know like there's a lot, but I'm pretty sure I got all of them. And then also, the Blade movie actually is being played by the same guy who played like Cottonmouth. No, not Is it Cottonmouth? And Luke Cage. So basically, all the Netflix shows are non-MCU or non-canon MCU. They reference the Avengers, which means there are Avengers in there, but it's not a part of the MCU. So, which makes me think that they'll probably have like Iron Fist as like a cameo in Shang-Chi or something, or they'll make like an Iron Fist movie down the line, a Jessica Jones movie down the line, something like that. So, that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Tomorrow will be the Batgirl review. And then I still have my trip coming up, so hopefully I will find some stuff over there. So let me know if I did miss anything. I'm pretty sure I got everything down. Actually, Kevin Feige did mention something about mutants being in the MCU soon. So maybe they'll start like with obscure like X-Men. You know, like I guess Gambit's not really that obscure, but he's not a huge character. I guess I don't know. I could be wrong, but like, you know, characters that you don't talk about, like for example, like Morph. It's not really talked about too much unless you're like a really big fan of the X-Men. So, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of all these movies. Which one is your favorite? And which one is your favorite show that you're looking forward to? Mine is obviously The Winter Soldier and Falcon. But I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.